we have already studied about blood, its components, blood grouping and various types of blood vessels. Today we'll see about the most important organ of circulatory system. It is the heart. Heart is the main pumping organ in human body. If you see the external structure of the heart is of pear shape and it is triangle in outline, wider at the anterior end. Anterior end means upward end and narrow at the posterior end. Posterior end means downward. The location of the heart is in the chest cavity, located towards left side of the body. Heart is protected externally by rib cage. Internally, the heart is covered by two layers of membranes. These membranes are called as pericardial membranes. The spaces between these pericardial membranes are filled with a fluid called pericardial fluid. This pericardial fluid protects the heart from shocks and jerks during the contraction and pumping of the blood to all the organs. These walls of the heart, they are made up of with muscles called cardiac muscles, which work continuously from birth to death tirelessly. That means with restless. Coming to the size of the heart, the adult human heart is of one's own closed or clenched fist size, like this. Like this it will be. Like this it will be. Closed or clenched fist size. The internal structure of the heart. If you see the internal structure of the heart it contains 4 chambers. The heart is divided into 4 chambers by externally grooves, and from inside a membrane, a muscular wall-like structure called septum. It separates the heart into left and right side. Left and right side. The upper 2 chambers are called auricles. The lower 2 chambers are called ventricles. The chambers which are present on the left side are called as left auricle and left ventricle. The chambers which are present on the right side, they are called as right auricle and right ventricle. Coming to the structure of these auricles and ventricles. Auricles, they receive blood from different parts of the body. The auricles, they receive blood from different parts of the body. The walls of the auricles are thin-walled. They are thin-walled. Coming to ventricles. The ventricles, they pump blood to all the parts of the body from heart. From heart to all the body parts, they pump the blood. The walls of these ventricles are thick-walled. The blood is pumped from the heart to various organs and from various organs to the heart through blood vessels. The blood vessels which are present in the heart are called coronary vessels. The blood vessels which are found around the heart, those are called coronary vessels. These coronary vessels, they supply blood to the muscles of the heart. Next, the 4 chambers of the heart are located, as if I said, both on right side and left side of the heart. The inner space of the auricles and the inner space of the left auricle and left ventricle are a little bit small than the inner space when compared to the right auricle and right ventricle. The largest artery is the aorta, which pumps blood to all body parts. The veins, different kinds of veins are present. They collect blood from body parts to heart. There are 2 main veins which collect blood from the different body parts to the heart. They are superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. This is inferior vena cava and this is superior vena cava. The superior vena cava collect blood from head and neck region into the heart. The inferior vena cava, it collects blood from hands, legs and all other body parts. Between these auricles and ventricles, the blood flows and pumps oxygenated blood to different body parts and deoxygenated blood to the heart. The flow of blood is regulated by small openings between the auricles and ventricles. These small openings are called apertures. And these small openings, they are regulated, and the blood flow from one chamber of the heart to the other chamber, these are regulated by valves. These valves are present between left auricle and left ventricle, right auricle and right ventricle. The valve which is present between left auricle and left ventricle, it is called as bicuspid valve. And the valve which is present between right auricle and right ventricle is called tricuspid valve. These valves, they act like door which allows the flow of blood in only one direction. Thus, any mixing of blood does not occur. It prevents, these valves prevent the backward flow of blood and prevent the mixing of blood. That means in the heart both oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood flows. The oxygenated blood mixing with the deoxygenated blood, it will be prevented with the help of these valves. Children, now we'll see the process of blood circulation in human heart. The process of blood circulation starts when the pulmonary veins brings oxygenated blood from lungs to the heart. The pulmonary vein brings oxygenated blood from heart to the left auricle or left atrium. Then the left atrium or left auricle contracts and pumps the blood into left ventricle. Then the left ventricle contracts and pumps the blood to aorta, from where the blood gets supplied or pumped to all parts of the body through the blood vessels called arteries. The arteries supply blood to all parts of the body and connect to the capillaries. Near the capillaries, the veins are also present, which brings deoxygenated blood into the heart. The main veins which bring deoxygenated blood from different parts of the body to the heart are called vena cava. Superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, they bring deoxygenated blood from all parts of the body and pour into the right atrium or right auricle. The right auricle contracts and pumps the blood into right ventricle. The right ventricle then contracts and pumps the blood into pulmonary artery. Through the pulmonary artery, the deoxygenated blood is taken to the lungs for oxygenation. In the lungs, exchange of gases takes place and the blood gets oxygenated and pumped again into the heart through pulmonary veins. In this way, the cycle continues and the circulation process also continues. The blood circulates twice through the heart during one circulation. This is called double circulation. That means while the pumping of blood, the blood passes through the heart 2 times. Once it passes from lungs to the heart for the pumping to all the body parts through aorta. That blood which pumps through aorta to all body parts, it is oxygenated blood. And from all body parts, again the deoxygenated blood, it is received into the heart and sends to lungs for oxygenation. That means here during one circulation, the blood passes through the heart 2 times or twice. This type of circulation where the blood passes through the heart 2 times, that is called as double circulation. The double circulation process, it involves two processes. The circulation between heart and lungs is called pulmonary circulation, and the circulation between heart and other body organs is called systemic circulation. Now we'll see about the heartbeat and cardiac cycle. The human heart beats continuously throughout the life. If it stops beating, it results in the death of a person. While pumping the blood, the heart muscles contract and relax or expand, but all the muscles do not contract at the same time. The auricles first contract and pump the blood into the ventricles. Then, after a fraction of a second, the ventricles contract to pump blood into aorta and pulmonary artery. Then, the auricles relax, blood flow into the auricles from the pulmonary vein and vena cava. Here we are discussing that the blood will be pumped into aorta and pulmonary artery. The blood will be pumped to aorta is oxygenated blood. The blood which is received from the lungs into the heart, it will pump to the aorta and from there to all body parts. Like that, from the other ventricle, that means from left ventricle, the blood is pumped into aorta. From right ventricle, the blood is pumped into a pulmonary artery through which the deoxygenated blood is sent to lungs for oxygenation. Like that, the auricles relax, blood flows into the auricles from the pulmonary veins and vena cava. Pulmonary veins are the veins which bring oxygenated blood from lungs to the heart. Like that, the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, those both veins, they bring blood from all the body parts to the right auricle. From right auricle, the blood passes to right ventricle, and from there to through pulmonary artery, it reaches the lungs for oxygenation. In this way, by continuous contraction and relaxation of auricles and ventricles, the cardiac cycle occurs. At one phase, both auricles and ventricles, both auricles, upper chambers auricles and lower chambers ventricles, all the four chambers, they get relaxed or they get expanded. In this phase, the whole heart gets relaxed, ventricles become emptied, and the one contraction and relaxation produces a throbbing sound which is called as heartbeat. The contraction of heart is called systole, the relaxation of heart is called diastole. The sequential events which takes place in the heart during one complete heartbeat is called cardiac cycle. One cardiac cycle takes about 0.8 seconds to complete. Each heartbeat is heard as two sounds. The contraction of auricles makes a dull sound, dub, followed by a stronger sound, lub, occurs during ventricular contraction. This lub-dub sound of heartbeat can be listened by a device used by doctors called stethoscope. On an average, a healthy human heart beats 72 times per minute. Now we'll see about pulse. When the left ventricle contracts, blood moves into the arteries with high pressure. The walls of arteries, they stretch because of this pressure. When the ventricles relax, the pressure comes down. The stretching and relaxing of arteries with each heartbeat is felt as a throbbing called pulse. It is easy to feel the pulse at the side of neck or at the wrist near the base of the thumb. The pulse varies according to a person's health, age and occupation. In a healthy adult, it is about 70 to 75 times per minute. In infants or newborn babies, it is 100 to 106 per minute. And in children, it is 70 to 120 times per minute. The pulse our heartbeat is normal when we are at rest and increases after exercise. While pumping the blood through blood vessels, heart exerts some pressure. This pressure exerted by the heart during pumping of the blood is called as blood pressure. The force of blood exerted against arterial walls is called blood pressure. The blood pressure, it varies from one part of the body with another. The blood pressure has two limits. When the ventricles contract and pump blood into aorta and pulmonary artery, the pressure will be high and regarded as upper limit. This is called as systolic pressure. It is equal to the pressure exerted by a column of 120 mm of Hg. Mm of Hg means millimeters of mercury. When the ventricles gets filled with blood from the auricles, the pressure will be low and it is regarded as lower limit. This is called as diastolic pressure. It is about 80 mm of Hg. The blood pressure is measured by a device called sphygmomanometer. For a healthy adult, the normal blood pressure will be 120 by 80 mm of Hg. But it varies from person to person. Gets affected by the age, sex, health of the person, work they do, during rest. Any healthy person will have normal blood pressure. But if it increases, that condition is called as high blood pressure or hypertension. How we should keep our heart healthy? To keep our heart healthy, good life practices we should follow. Regular exercise, taking healthy food, maintaining our life stress-free. These are all some measures or practices. If you follow, we can keep our heart healthy. Some important points regarding to healthy heart. Regular exercise like swimming, cycling, walking, playing outdoor games will burn the fat and control our body weight. Regular exercise will reduce the risk of heart diseases and maintains blood pressure. Even walking like brisk walk also, it reduces the heart diseases, risk of heart diseases and maintains blood pressure. Regular exercise like brisk walk reduce the risk of heart diseases and maintains blood pressure. Planning our studies, daily activities also help in maintaining blood pressure. Stress and strain affect the functioning of heart. So avoid being stress and strainful. And if we take healthy diet, which includes fruits, vegetables, fiber-rich grains, leafy vegetables and all, it results in healthy heart. Junk food should be avoided. And taking low cholesterol foods also makes our heart healthy. If we use more salt, the blood vessels like arteries which pump blood from heart to all the body parts, they are filled with the salt. Around the walls of the arteries, the more salt which we use in our diet, it gets deposited, making the lumen or the space through which the blood flows in the arteries reduced. So if the space reduced in the arteries through which the blood flows, the pressure will be increased while pumping the blood to all the organs, which results in heart diseases. So that's why we have to limit salt in our diet. Drinking enough water, maintaining body weight according to the age, less intake of cool drinks, foods added with sugars, fried foods, canned foods results in a healthy heart. I hope all of you understood the concept well. Thank you.